Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Entrepreneur Bootcamp, where I'm going to help you come out of the ordinary and become a successful entrepreneur. And today's topic, we're going to discuss something that really bothers you, but you don't really think about it. And it's called goal setting. You feel a lot of times, and if you get, you're sitting there on your couch and you're thinking, oh, I want to get this done. I want to get this done. But you never really think about goal setting. You never really think how impactful it is to write down exactly what you need to do and create a plan for it. There's something you don't think about, but you think about. It's something that you want to do, but you don't do. It's something that really drives us mad and really takes a big part of our day. And I really like to discuss it here because I'm indebted into helping people. And I feel like I need to tell you this, and this will set the tone to what you will accomplish the rest of your life. All of us want to achieve something great. We think we can, we think we can't. Either way, we're right, said somebody very famous. I would say that a lot of people get caught up in the sense of competition. They think that the boat has sailed. They think that the boat somehow left them. They think that somehow they're gonna miss out on something, and they got that fear of missing out, or they think they already did miss out. But I'm here to tell you something. The focus here must be in yourself, because the only person capable of achieving your goals is you. And here I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do now. The most important thing here is, a lot of times when we're sitting on our couch or we're sitting watching TV and that idea comes, then we start thinking that there's something that we're not doing something right. And I'm going to tell you, you are doing something right because you're thinking about it. And the first step will be here is to make a plan on your goal and make a note of your goal. And what is this gonna do? Everyone says the same thing. Hey Enzo, why do I need to write down my goal? I know it, I have it in my head. Yeah, you have it in your head, but there's a reason you haven't accomplished it, and it's called confidence. When you write down your goal, you're taking action, you're taking steps into creating it. When you write down exactly the idea that you're looking for, you're gonna go ahead and get more ideas out of it. You're gonna get more plans. You're gonna find contingencies. You're gonna find manners in which you could achieve this goal. And in this manner, what your brain does, it says, hey, maybe I can accomplish this goal. I'm thinking so much about it. Maybe I actually know a little bit about how I can even start to accomplish this goal. And let me give you an example. When I started my first business when I was 14, I would, just like everybody else, I would mow lawns. And I started, and it says, oh yeah, you knocked on doors, blah, blah, etc. No, so what I actually did was, I started mowing lawns, I started studying marketing. I was like, how can I get more customers? But how did this happen? I wrote down it must have been like an HTC phone or something, like a really crappy phone, like on these notepads that you don't even hear of. And then what I did was I started writing down, okay, I want to mow lawns, but how many? 5. How can I mow 5 lawns? What equipment do I need? How can I reach my customer? How can I make sure that the message that I'm conveying says that I'll do quality work, for being 14, what I consider to be quality work. And I would think these things, and I would write this down, and I would actually come up with a plan. And then the plan will be that aha moment. The plan will tell me, hey, so maybe if I need to cut people in the neighborhood, I'm not able to knock on every single door, but could I maybe leave a little marketing thing on their mailbox? Could I maybe do a flyer? Could I do something different? So, but this only comes when you start writing down your goal, and you actually start getting detailed about it. And like I said, your brain knows that you need to take action, so it starts becoming active. So the second one is being specific. In this example, where I'm mowing the lawns, I'm telling you exactly what I need to do. But now I need to say, okay, I need to mow 5 lawns a day. So now that I write that down, and I'm getting more specific and how big, I need to mow 5 lawns in the neighborhood next door every day. That was my initial goal. So now that I'm specific, now my mind is working. My mind is thinking and strategizing on what needs to happen. Now that my mind is strategizing, then I'm actually thinking of ways and and everything starts making sense. Like I'll drive around and I'll see a house with the neighborhood. I'll see the little flag on the mailbox. I see maybe I could do a hole in that, and maybe I could do a hole in the flyer so maybe it'll stick. Maybe I could do, maybe instead of walking, maybe I could have a guy drive and drop me off at the cul-de-sac. Maybe in that cul-de-sac, the guy will wait for us, and maybe instead of I could get a friend to get one on each side. Maybe we could hit a street quicker. Maybe I could do 100 a day. Maybe I could do 200 a day. Maybe I could do 300 a day. So this plan here, after I started writing everything down, it started to make sense. And that brings us on to our third topic, is breaking down those goals into smaller plans. What I did here is that now that I kind of figured what I need to do, my first step was, okay, do I have the right equipment to do this, first of all? And then I realized I didn't, but either way I said, well, how am I gonna buy this equipment if I don't even have my first customer? So first I need money, which I didn't have. So I asked my dad for some money to buy some paper, and like I think it was a brother, HL something DL something printer, laser printer was $100. And then with that printer, we printed our first, it was a 500 ream of paper, and that turned out to be, we cut it in half side by side, and it turned out to be 1,000 flyers. So with this first step, with this third step, this is how we actually got the flyers done. So now that we're breaking into small parts, the first part was, okay, make the flyers, step one. Took a day, nothing major. We needed something to make holes, so I went to Michael's or something, one of those stores, crafty stores. So I would get that. Okay, so we got this out the way. And now the next thing was, now we need to give out the flyers. So step was to give out the flyer, and we would do it in the day until we got kicked out, because apparently that was illegal. So we had to stop doing it during the day, and the next step was doing it at 3 in the morning. I figured, yes, it was illegal, but I somehow got to make it. So I had to do what I had to do. And when I say illegal, I'm not saying sell drugs here. And I'm not telling you go do illegal things. What I'm saying here is you need to figure out a way on how you're going to get to your customer. And at the beginning, it's not everything's going to sound legit. You may have to operate without a business license, just to get your business off the ground. But I'll tell you this, the second you get the first check, you better get your business license. And if you need insurance, you better get insurance. I'm not encouraging you to do what I did, but I'm telling you to think outside the box and make things happen. And this will lead us to the fourth goal. So take charge of what you're doing. Understand that if you're gonna start a business, you're assuming risk. And this risk, a business comes with risk. So you need to know what you value most. Do you value success, 5 to 10 years down the road? Or you value the potential risk of what could happen? And now that you've taken action and you're seeing that there's some risk involved here, you're actually getting ahead. By the time you're in the fourth step, I believe that it's already been a week, and you probably could have started a business already. Just what I'm telling you. And in the other episodes, I'm actually gonna tell you how to start a business, but I'm telling you how important is the goal setting part of it. And I think this right here, if you just set the first step and kind of write down your goal, with the other videos I'll be making, you can actually get an action plan and exactly what you need to do to get this business off the ground. And before moving even further, I would like to ask you guys, if you have a certain business that you want to talk about, I'll be more than happy to help you in each video make it happen. Taking charge of yourself also means that you have to take responsibility for your actions. A lot of people that recently started a business or are, I would say, on a lower vibration yet because they haven't experienced greatness, they will blame others. And that is something that takes you away from the overall goal here. Because the idea is to focus on yourself, because only you are capable of doing this. So taking care of your actions and you know, taking charge of that, it's gonna be the first step in making things happen, because you know you are responsible for what you need to do. You're responsible for what you need to make happen. You're responsible for your business. You're responsible for what happens. You're responsible for the money. Ultimately, it's up to you. It's up to you. You're the captain. So if the Titanic sinks, it's your fault. So that's something you need to take an advantage in order to go with this. And this will give you the confidence. This will give you the guts to get your business started off the ground. Once you've done that, we got another step, which is measuring progress. And I would say the best way to measure progress is when you get some money in the bank. Once you get some money in the bank, you start seeing, okay, maybe I made this much. Am I spending too much? Did I buy a machine? Was I able to get the machine I wanted? Or if you're like, if you're making videos or something, did I get this camera? Like, okay, if I made $1,000, why would I buy a $1,000 camera? You could probably make do what you have. So I would say that measuring that type of deal is important, but also you will notice that 3 months from the original day where you wrote down your goal, you realize that some of these things you have had accomplished. And that's how I would like to end this video, saying that every 3 months or so, when you go back to the goals you wrote down, more than likely 80% of those goals will be already accomplished. And I'm here for that, man. I'm here to get you to accomplish your goals, and that's what I'm here for. And once you see those results, I hope you stick around, and I want to help you become a better entrepreneur. See you on the other side.